Good morning, everybody. Woke up today to a video from Pinocchio Credit and trying to give what sounds like nutritional advice. Now, I got to give him credit. Oh, wait, I forgot to start off like this. There we go. Now we feel like at home with Mikey and Dipshit. So, the reality is he gives information today about nutrition. Let's talk about this really quick. Andrea over at Pinocchio Credit got one thing right. I mean, he can swallow. He's shown it several times. I mean, he can take a whole handful of pills. So let's break it down for you. Medical approved testosterone, monitored by a doctor, monitored by blood test. You have people out there from like Athlete X, Jeff Nippert, guys talking about this right now. They will tell you it's sometimes necessary for some people to go on this medically because they need it. Now, 9 times out of 10, especially in the military, which Andrea knows nothing about because he's never served a day in his life, or actually been serving anybody but himself. He's self-serving. So, that being said, they'll put you on a low-grade form of a type of precipitate that's a TRT. TRT, make this very clear, is not a steroid. If you look at the class drug on it, it is not a steroid. If it was a steroid, I'd be the first to tell you. I'm not going to hide anything. We're transparent on our channels between me, Everything Credit, The Seeker, Credit Crusader, all these guys. There's nothing to hide here. We're not song and dance pony show trying to make a buck hiding in Vietnam like this piece of shit. So when you have a pituitary gland damage in the back of your neck to your brain system, there's a pituitary gland and it produces this testosterone. The fact that this moron likes to talk about so many things and talking about doing your research, make it very clear. Testosterone is not for everybody. TRT replacement is not for everyone. I think people who do it for enhancement is kind of bullshit. I've been working out since I was 13. I've had military training where I was worked out. My body's gone through different types of compositions. But let's make this very clear. He gives information about pills. Pills are synthetic. Even if they're a whole food pill, it's still a type of synthetic base. Everybody needs them to a degree, but do you need 23, 28 pills at the same time? Not necessarily, you don't. For men, he mentioned about vitamin D. Men, take vitamin D3 with K2 or the vitamin D doesn't work. He can't tell you that because he's never done the research and he doesn't know it. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So vitamin D3, K2, anybody should take that. Natural sunlight's the best thing you can get, but if you can't get it, so be it. I mean, am I on synthetic TRT? I'll be the first to admit it. I don't care because yes, it keeps me going because I've had TBIs. I've had traumatic brain injuries overseas. Do I think it's a problem where it's making me lose my hair? Does it look like I'm losing my hair? I mean, hell, y'all saw me, I had long hair, and I've been on TRT now for over 2 years. That's it. 2 years is the impact. This kid is almost 40, and he's losing his hair like his dad. Remember when he showed his dad on the Gulfstream that he probably rented to get them on, or whatever it may be, because I doubt very seriously they flew on it? This kid's a clout chaser at best. So when you're taking 27 pills, you're going to shit him out or you're going to piss him out is the reality. You don't need all these fish oils either, folks. You only need one. Take krill oil. It actually has better absorption rate to the body than your standard fish oils that are out there. If you could take Barlean's liquid, even better. Anything that's liquid goes right to the stomach, hits the bloodstream immediately. Anything that has a capsule is going to take a little bit of time. But krill oil, vitamin D3, K2, a standard multivitamin, and if you're running low on certain things that your doctor tells you, not this moron who does shabby ass credit, I would simply say this. Go to your doctor, get a blood panel, come back, find out what it's about. This theory of fake testosterone versus real testosterone, I mean, the hardest day this guy's ever is maybe a weight bag coming back and knocking him on his ass. Because he recently talked about fighting people his size. Now, he does live in Vietnam. He's hiding in Vietnam, let's be honest. I don't think there to be a whole lot of small people over there, but he's talking about midget fighting, possibly. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's an amateur in midget fighting, but I thank God he put a shirt on today because, like, looking at this guy giving you nutritional advice is looking at a person who's coming down from like meth or speed or coke, and they have that integrated in their diet, so they take pills to make up for that. So they're up all night grinding, as he puts it, which he doesn't. It's the way he's figuring out a new edge to get a new company to start. Mikey did the same thing, folks. Do the smart thing with this moron. Don't listen to him about life advice because he's got no friends. Half of his friends have come to us. Don't listen to him about credit advice because he sucks at it. He's horrible at it in the sense where he just takes the money and tells you to F off. He uses bots in Indonesia. He does not have ACAT. ACAT does not exist. He's full of shit. Look at the reviews on him on the line. Go over to David, Everything Credit. If you're a former client of this guy at Pinocchio Credit, at Pinnacle Credit, if you're a former client of Andrea, Andy, Ross Nguyen, Rose Nguyen, whatever he wants to call himself for that week because he's trying to get by to get another loan, do yourself a favor if you can, and you got screwed by this guy. Take the letter of whatever he sent you, the email, go over to David at Everything Credit, get real credit repair. Stop listening to this moron about anything in life that he does, because he hides in his little tower over there where he pays probably like $1,100-1,200 for that studio that he calls his New York penthouse. He's wanted in New York by someone that wants to process serve him. He's wanted in Texas, actually. I'm not going to get into the details of that. California's after him too. If you take more than $1,000 and you send it to anybody as a one-time payment, he's breaking the law. Here's another catch. You cannot do American business with American transactions. You do wire transfers. You can do all these things he wants you to do to send money, but you cannot physically send that amount of money overseas and him not pay taxes on it. But that's what he's doing. So when he tries to tell you that he owns all these things, and he's investing in things, and the bank gives him these things, and everything he says is bullshit. If he can't actually come up with a research and show you and say, I researched this today about vitamin D, and this is what it says, and research the shit out of it on Google, on Bing, in the books, in the medical boards, in the medical library, and comes back with a thesis and says, this is what it is, don't listen to him, because it is the same thing with the way he does credit repair on any of his businesses. I've heard 5 different stories on his own videos how he started this company. Once he bought it in his 20s, supposedly he got $300-something and he did it. Who knows where that came from? Because he claims he has $1 million friends, which I find funny, even the friends I talk to him that don't want to be around him. He also claims that he started the company, and so did you start or did you buy it? It's never a straight story with this guy, ever. So do yourself the favor, folks. When you watch his videos, look at the followers who are on there, look at the views, look at the likes. And if you leave any kind of comment, it better be close to something like feeding his ego, or you'll never see the comment in his stream. He hides them all the time. And I'm expecting another rant out of him, but it won't be $1 million rant because, Andrea, you're not a millionaire. And stop giving nutritional advice. I mean, if you want to do a video on fellatio, I think you got that down. You talked enough about swallowing. You talked about how it gets stuck in your throat. You're very good at that. But the rest of it, leave it to the big boys to do the credit repair. And leave it to the professionals to give nutritional advice. And leave it to the doctors to administer testosterone to people who actually served this country here in the United States, not over there in Vietnam, here in the United States, where we're at, where you ran from, and let them decide what the patients need. Because everything you do is just a scam. You open your mouth, you're lying. Shit, your own family don't even like you. So, good luck to you, bud. Anybody else? Everything Credit. Go over there, get some real credit repair done. Take care, folks.